15th. I wish it was still May, but it's not. This is a committee meeting of the legislators. First on the agenda is discussion. Is there any discussion to be had? Hearing none, we will go right into the resolution. Our first resolution is a resolution supporting the Montgomery County Consolidation Funding Application, the Chuckton-Under Creek Trail Extension Plan. Do I have a sponsor and a second? Legislator Kelly and Legislator Kowalczyk. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions. The next resolution is a resolution authorizing the county executive to sign an agreement for proposal services broadband planning and technology assistant grant. For this grant, we're gonna add in the Verdenberg Group as the consultant, and we are gonna add in the first whereas $250,000, and then the second whereas for the financial impact is $125,000. Do I have a sponsor and a second? Legislator, or Chair Peck and Legislator Majewski. Discussion.
No, I have a question.
Yep.
That's, it's all the same name.
Just so you guys are aware, they're all gonna be the same name.
Right.
Verdenberg Group for each three of those, so.
The dollar amounts are on your second one, Legislator Pollock. This one is just the, group in all three spots.
Right here. See?
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, my apologies on that. Okay, so. I have a question, I'm sorry. So, the Vandenberg, that's here,
And it's also in the second
In the
spot,
second, and
the
then
second
resolved.
whereas, and in the resolved,
and the resolved, okay.
yes.
And then where would we add the 250 then? I'm sorry.
That goes on your next resolution.
Gotcha, thank you. Okay, sorry about that. Can I have all in favor?
I don't, you need.
We
a-
had Chair
Yeah.
Pep and,
Thank
Legislator Majewski.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? My apologies on that. Second resolution, resolution supporting the Montgomery County Consolidation Funding Application and plan for the Chuckton-Under Creek Trail. This is the one. Oh, go ahead. What did you say? Oh, sorry. Second, okay. And this is the one that we are adding, correct?
Not to exceed.
Not to exceed $250,000, and then the impact, the $125,000.
Correct.
Is there a question? Oh,
Which resolution are we on?
The third one.
the third one.
Oh, you said Chuckton.
She said Chuckton Under, it's Canterbury.
Creek, okay.
Canterbury.
Oh, that's my apologies. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Oppose, abstentions. Okay, anything under other? Hearing none, can I have a motion to
Second.
Legislator Kelly and Legislator Kowalczyk?
I'd like to call the Physical Services Committee to order. Is there any discussion to the floor? All right, I'd like to write the resolution. Resolution authorizing the county exec to sign an intermunicipal agreement with a leachate disposal for the village of Canajoharie. Legislator Kelly, Legislator Pep. Any other discussion?
Yeah, I have a question. In the financial impact, costs are paid jointly, and have been included in the 2025 budget. Comforting to know, but how much? Can we get that kind of information in these? I mean, it'd be nice to know, such and such in costs are paid jointly by, just so to me, I'd like to know what we're talking about here, even though I know it's included in the budget. So if we can do that going forward, that'd be great. But does anybody have an idea out there what it is?
It varies year to year, Chair, because if we have nothing but rain,
what's in the budget for it? I mean, there must be because of that variability, there must be a number that encompasses, you know, worst case and,
So we combine both facilities into the budget, so it's combined with Amsterdam, Canterbury, Nelson.
okay,
So altogether, Sean, neighborhood 700,000?
okay,
So, but like I said, that's for all three facilities.
All right,
It's
so our
not just
share is-
Canterbury.
okay, all right, thank you.
Yes.
All those in favor, move the full board, say aye. Opposed? So moved. Next resolution, resolution authorizing the county exec to enter into agreements with concrete floor replacement. And it doesn't list the amount in this, but I guess Eric just got the budget for that, right?
Well, the bids will be open this Thursday because of the timeline we're trying to achieve with this project. We just put the resolution up with the contractor's name blank and the dollar amount blank. Waiting to see what the bids are this Thursday. Like I said, the last time we put the project out to bid, we didn't get a fair number of bids. The project was scrapped, but the condition of the facility right now on the floor is in dire need to replace it. So, we'll have that information and everything will be emailed over by the end of this week for discussion at next week's meeting. We just wanted to get the resolution in the
Sure.
system.
I mean, we understand the criticality of it, you know, and I understand also, and this is, I guess, the pointed question, because why we wouldn't put the amount in here, because then if we put the amount in here, somebody might see it as a matter of public record and up their ante, right?
Yeah, that's.
But I would like to know what's in the budget for it, under your,
We have, so we still have, just less than $1 million in our budget for critical maintenance for all facilities.
okay.
So we're gonna use our critical maintenance line that we bonded for over the past couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So it is gonna affect work that we're doing at the jail for the sheriff and for some of the HVAC units in other buildings, cause we're gonna use some of them funds that we were hoping to do some replacement to do this, cause this turned out to be a little more critical, so there's plenty of funds there, Chair, in that line, we just don't know the exact dollar amount we're gonna need yet.
But in your mind's eye, knowing the other things that money's laying there ready to fix, you got a number in mind, don't you?
For this project, I
Yeah.
do.
Okay.
I don't wanna say it on the
No,
record in case
no.
the bidder's listening.
I
so.
understand completely, I just wanted to make sure you,
I do have a number in mind, myself and the architect engineer, we do have a number in mind.
okay,
Be happy to text it to you. But
okay, thank you. How about all of us?
I
Or
can-
email us.
I'll
Yeah.
email to you like
Yeah.
that. I'll
Okay,
do that.
fair enough.
And then
I'll
we'll know the
sponsor
bids
that,
this
do I have a
Thursday.
second?
I'll second.
Did you get that?
I did.
Any other discussion? All those in favor, move to the full board, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thanks, so moved. Next resolution amending the 2025 operating budget, accepting local government efficiency grant, landfill shared services project, Public Works. Legislator Sweet, Legislator Kelly. Any other discussion? Legislator Kelly.
Is this gonna be enough to connect in?
No, that's pretty much just gonna cover your engineering service and permitting process.
Okay.
What's that number gonna be?
Estimated between 3 and 4 million.
And is that shared
That's
between the?
shared between all three
All
counties.
right. Well, we have to do it, we have to do it as part of the agreement.
We don't have to do it, Eric, do we? This is just one of those things we're looking at doing to, instead of trucking it like we normally do it.
Well, there is updates we're gonna have to do. We are going to have to replace the tank there because of the age and condition that the tank's getting in. So that is on the radar. It's going to have to be done whether this project happens or not. There is a new tank figured into this project. As of right now, Schoharie and Otsego County are, they are 99% on board with this project from what I understand. And we're the only county that shares all consideration of getting the money back, but long-term, because this is something that's never gonna go away. So, I mean, if our share is $1.6 million within the next 20 years, you're gonna realize that money back, and then that savings is just gonna stay there
Yeah.
for generations to come.
Yeah.
And how come we do all the trucking and the other counties didn't?
Ask that committee, I didn't work here then, ask that committee from back then, why Montgomery County got all the responsibility, but I believe, legislator Hedwell, because it was in our county and was closer for us to provide the service.
Now, is
But
it-
we are the only one that does it.
Now, are you looking for a dedicated line or connect into the existing sort of?
We're looking to connect into the sewer lateral in Fort Johnson off of Sandpit Road. Is what we're aiming towards.
Any other discussion?
I just have a comment.
Okay.
In the words of legislator Duchessis, we would have to refer to the ghost of Christmas past.
All those in favor, move to the full board, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thanks, so moved. Anything other? Motion adjourned.
Second.
Legislator Kelly, legislator Maria.
Okay, we'll call the Public Safety Committee to order. First thing on the agenda is discussion. Anyone have anything pertaining to this committee for discussion? Hearing none, we'll move on to the resolutions. First resolution establishing the position of office manager, part-time, district attorney. I'll sponsor. Need a second?
Second.
Maria, discussion. Would you like to expound?
So I'm bringing forth this resolution. Currently, I have 4 administrative support staff, and they don't report to anyone other than me, so I need an office manager. Part-time, I would have plenty of work for that person to assist in managing the office, supplies, also scheduling, making sure that all appearances, due dates for motions are on the calendar and everyone is held accountable. We did receive extra money from the Discovery Grant, I think $19,000 that we weren't expecting in 2025, and that was put into our other compensation line. So I'm, for the balance of 2025, we would take the funds from that line and put it into the office manager part-time position. Going forward in 2026, to budget for that. We were advised that with the new changes in bail, that the governor was going to increase the aid to prosecution. So I'm expecting to have, I don't know how much more, but more money in that grant that we can allocate for 2026.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Move that to the full board. Next resolution authorizing salary adjustments for full-time assistant public defenders and amending the 2025 operating budget. Need a sponsor?
I'll sponsor.
Second. Legislator Majewski. Discussion. Bill, you wanna speak?
Thank you. This is state funded, this would be no cost to the county, and I may be incorrect, but I believe this will bring the 3 full-time criminal public defenders to over $100,000. I believe they're the only attorneys in the county that are not currently, that are full-time, that are not making over $100,000, so this will get them over that threshold.
Beautiful thing, somebody else is paying for it.
Well, this is what the state wants, this is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Legislator Kelly?
And will they still get their stipends?
They're still gonna be doing the arraignments, yes.
Okay.
You know, I,
That's the on-call.
Yeah.
I just think that they're way grossly underpaid. I believe they're the only full-time public defenders in the area that are not making over $100,000. I just, this is, this is something that I think is needed. And I don't want to get into Montgomery County because they're the only ones in Montgomery County that aren't making over $100,000. I have no explanation for them. So,
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained? All right, move that to the full board. Thanks, Bill. Resolution amending the 2025 operating budget and establishing assistant district attorney, part-time. I'll sponsor. Need a second?
I'll second.
Legislator Hedwell Jr., discussion? Go ahead.
So currently, as of today, I have 3 full-time ADA positions available and posted on our county website. And I do need a part-time assistant district attorney. One of our felony crimes attorneys, she's taking on some town courts, but I really need to have someone come in part-time to relieve her of some of that caseload. So my thought is to have the part-time position. It's at the same hourly rate of what we're paying for our ADAs, and it is at a 20-hour per week work week. The funds will be, for the balance of this year, would be taken from the first assistant position. And for next year, I'll just have to budget accordingly. And
What is the plan next year, though, Christine? Is it, if
So-
you have 3 positions that are unfilled, you're stopping the gap with a part-timer this year, are you gonna pull one of the 3 positions, perhaps?
yeah, so I'm hoping that this may generate some interest, working part-time in the DA's office. You would still be able to have a part-time or your own solo practice. You wouldn't be able to do any criminal defense work anywhere. That's just not permitted. But you're able to have a practice, civil practice, and so long as there's no conflict with our office. So if that generates interest, if I get 3 applicants for this, maybe I come back next month and ask to do away with one of the full-time positions and create 2 part-time positions. That would be at a savings to the county because,
Yeah.
again, it's the same hourly rate, but now you're not having to cover all the benefits. So I am certainly, that would be great if that happens, and I hope we get some applicants.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Move that to the full board. Anything under other? If not, motion to adjourn?
So moved.
You got it.
All right, it is 6:19. I call to order the Health and Human Services Committee. This committee is comprised of the entire legislature. First on our agenda tonight is discussion. I'd like to publicly thank Nicole Yeagle for coming to my rescue yesterday while I was in DMV and vouching that I am a resident of Montgomery County. So, Nicole, I appreciate that. I can now get my real license. Any other discussion? Okay, on to our one and only resolution. And there are some changes to this, but this is a resolution amending the 2025 operating budget to reflect additional opioid funds received for mental health. We are going to change some numbers on here.
I'll sponsor.
You want to sponsor?
I'll
Okay.
second it.
All right. Legislator Kelly and Chair Pat.
You want me to?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, we want the numbers, though.
And I'll explain why the numbers are different. I had originally done this as 3 resolutions. It's all opioid money, but it is coming from 3 separate sources. Megan thought it was prudent to just make it one resolution, combine it all. When she did, I originally had the one down as 105,462. It was 150,462. So when she totaled it all up, it made not the whole resolution $41,000 short. Totally, it should be $217,884. And again, these are 3 different sources that the opioid funds are coming from. One of them was the OASIS money that we had gotten in 23 and 24. They actually gave us like COLA adjustment amount that we did not resolution and did not recognize. Some of it is coming from what they call direct share, and some of it's coming from regional abatement. These are all the lawsuits that Megan participated in, and it scans, the rampant from like Walgreens, Walmart, CVS, all these different pharmacies that they sued. They pay, the money's just trickling in. Sometimes we'll get $12,000, sometimes we'll get $70,000. So when they had asked me to fill out an online, like how much did we get and how much did we spend, and I had asked Sean, can you get me all the receipts for 2024? Him and I both realized there was like $150,000 that came in that we never recognized, never spent resolution for. So that's what, there's 3 different sources, but it's all opioid money, so it's all gonna go into one pot. And then we have rules and regulations on how it's spent. Some of it we've been giving to schools, providers.
Legislator Qualter, may I ask a question? Can you just verify for everybody that what's being added for the first increase in revenues is $150,462.04?
Yes,
Okay, and that would be the same thing with the appropriations. Then there'll be an additional increase in revenues of $35,910, and the same thing with increasing the appropriations.
yep, and then
there's
31,512.
the and in the
Yep.
resolution, and that's 35,000.
No, 31,512.
31,512.
Yep.
Thank you.
So altogether, we're at 217,884.49.
04.
04.
I think there's
Yes.
4 cents.
4 cents.
Yes.
Thank you. That's
Okay.
all. I just wanted them right.
Any other questions? Okay.
Thanks, Connie. I did note on here that these attachments sit and still don't work. So I don't know if anyone else tried to get into them, but, all those in favor?
Aye.
If
Opposed?
you want, I have hard copies if you want me to pass it around. I attached like the receipts to show the money that came in, spreadsheet, how I figured out what we were missing, and I recognized, but.
I believe
can
that they're
also
there. I
send
know
hard
it's just a computer glitch that we
Yeah.
don't get to open these things, so. Opposed? Abstentions? That will move on to the full board. Anything under other? Hearing none, motion
So
to
moved.
Legislator Kelly and Legislator Pollock.
Yeah, I call the Personnel Committee to order. It is 6:24. Discussion. Seeing none. First resolution, a resolution creating the position of Human Resource Senior Benefit Specialist and eliminating the position of Human Resource Benefit Specialist. That is sponsor, Mr. Wilson and Chairman Pep. Nicole?
So the position currently exists in our office, a Human Resource Benefits Specialist, long name, but it exists. Initially, when it was created, it was more of a support of the office, the day-to-day operations, and very limited leeway for independent judgment. Over time, the complexities of the HR department have increased, and also the responsibilities in the department. So the day-to-day oversight for this individual to come to me every time that there's a need for a decision is a lot. So this position, in which I've kind of delegated a little bit more and more over time, it's really evolved and is what the department needs. So this allows for the independent judgment, it allows for the day-to-day oversight and assists me in those some of the decision-making. And you know, at this point, she is currently working in this capacity, so out of classification. So I can't see us lessening the position back to what it was and still being able to operate efficiently. As you know, we're self-insured, and a lot of the functions that we handle in our office is generally handled by insurance companies themselves, and we handle them. So so I ask for your approval in reclassifying the position.
On an annual basis.
Yep.
How much was the former position? I know what the new one is.
Yes, so annually, that base salary for 2025 was $60,676.
So this is a $13,000-$14,000
And is in line.
cost to your
It
profit
is.
center.
It
Okay.
is, however,
Oh, I just wanted to
sure.
figure that out, that's all, because I see how it's affecting us the rest of this year, but I wanted to know.
And it's
what the impact would be
it's
next year.
partially offset by chargebacks to the other areas, the other funds that we have.
Yep.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Thank you.
Anything under other? None, motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
I call the Education and Government Committee to order. Before we begin, I just want to thank Brenda Rava for putting together the Youth Day and all the employees and department heads that participated. I think it's a great event, and I'm glad to see such support for it. And too bad if you missed it. It was a great day. All right, moving right along. If there's nothing from anybody else, we'll go right into resolutions. First is resolution confirming appointment of Director of Real Property made by the County Executive. I'll sponsor. Is there a second? Chairman Pep. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Carried. We'll save our clapping for the real meeting.
Keep up the good work, Christine.
Next is a resolution adopting introductory local law F, local law 6 of 2025, a local law amending local law 3 of 2023, a local law of the County of Montgomery, providing real property tax exemptions for volunteer firefighters and ambulance workers pursuant to section 466-A of real property tax law. I'll sponsor. Seconded by legislator Sweet. Discussion. What? Yeah.
Okay. So 2023, you passed for the volunteer fire EMT to get an exemption. Currently, the exemption countywide is about $30,000 off the tax base. All towns, the city doesn't have it. So the state gave a new option for where the person could get the exemption without living where they serve, because we have a lot of people who live in Minden, serve in Kanjahari. So for us to be up with the state, we have to pass that we also want, the person doesn't have to live where they serve. It's just a modification. I mean,
Do they need to live in the county?
yes.
Okay.
Well, that's also local option, but when I dealt with Megan on it, they felt, yes, at least in the county, because it's a county exemption.
Sure.
I mean, it makes sense. You know how the volunteers are hurting. There's a lot of them that are not where they, don't serve where they live. So if it's 30,000 right now off of the tax base, I can't even imagine it would double. I mean, even if you said it doubled, it'd be 60. But that's all across all the towns. That's coming off the taxable for county.
The estimate on here was 15.
It was 15 when we passed it?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. And then we had an influx of people. I can say I've talked to the state, and a lot of these people, so they're not supposed to get the property exemption and the income tax, and they are. So the state is looking now at, yes, it did end up being 30 versus like 15. I think we said 15 or 18. It was more once we passed it. Kanjahari has the most. So it's a local option. It's completely,
They deserve it.
Is it only one property that applies?
on the property that applies?
Yeah, so someone who owns multiple properties can't get it on all
No.
of them, it's just
No, it's
their
resident. Resident. It's only on their residence.
Got
Yep.
Any other questions? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carried. Next is a resolution adopting introductory law D, local law 4 of 2025, a local law amending local law 5 of 2021. Is there a sponsor? Legislator Wilson, seconded by Legislator Majewski. Discussion. I think this all has to do with the leases of the Verizon towers, and we offered them an option. They don't want the option. They're offering us more money to continue leasing. So, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carried. Next is a resolution adopting introductory local law G, local law 7 of 2025, a local law rescinding local law 3 of 2022. I'll sponsor. Is there a second? Chair Pep. Discussion, hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carried. Next is a resolution adopting introductory local law E, local law 5 of 2025, a local law rescinding local law 4 of 2024. Is there a sponsor? Legislator Kowalczyk, seconded by Legislator Majewski. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carried. Next is a resolution adopting 2025-2026 FMCC operating budget. I'll sponsor. Is there a second? Chair Pep. Discussion.
Good evening, everybody. I apologize. My voice is not great tonight. So the short story is we're not asking the sponsors for any additional contribution this year. So happy to go into more detail. When we put this budget together, you know, as you guys go through this too, several months ago, we have better information today than we had then. We're proposing, excuse me, a fairly significant draw on our fund balance in this year. It does not look like we're gonna need to do that. That was based primarily on uncertainty with federal funds. We've already received some additional funds that we hadn't counted in this original budget, so that's gonna bring the drawdown. Like you all, we're also self-insured, so we did increase our budget to accommodate some of the claims activity that we've seen over the last couple of years. And other than that, the budget's essentially the same. And we are projecting about a 4% increase in enrollment. And to date, as of this very day, we are seeing that trend continue, so we're up about 4% over last year. We're hoping to see that carry through to day one.
Where is that source from? Mostly here or from?
Primarily, we do have, we surprisingly are still getting in international students. In fact, today we had 19 students get their visas, which is astounding, quite honestly, because we weren't sure if anybody was going to get a visa.
Where in the world?
From Europe, primarily. So, you know, the countries that weren't really in jeopardy, and that's where we've been focusing some of our recruiting efforts as well, just to try to.
Instead of the Asian Far East, yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have on
Any
this.
other questions? Do you want to talk about the next resolution too?
I do. We probably should talk about that in executive session.
Okay,
first,
so then, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carried. Next is a resolution approving a successor agreement between Fulton Montgomery Community College and CSEA Local 1000 for the period of September 1st, 2025 through August 31st, 2028. Is there a sponsor? Legislator Wilson, seconded by Legislator Majewski. Discussion. I'll entertain a motion to go in executive session to discuss contracts. We'll keep the executive, our clerk, here. and then
Nicole
we'll
can
be
say
back.
too if she wants, or she can leave.
Okay.
But
Who seconded the executive session?
Jared,
Right next to
Jared.
me. I did.
Him. You? No, he first did.
Okay.
He seconded.
I make a motion to come out of executive session where no action was taken.
Second.
All right. So the resolution approving a successor agreement between Fulton Montgomery Community College and CSEA Local 1000 for the period of September 1st, 2025 through August 31st, 2028. Already has the sponsors and the seconds. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Opposed, abstained, carried. Motion to adjourn, Legislator Kowalczyk, seconded by Legislator Majewski. We're adjourned.
I'd like to call the Budget and Finance Committee together at 6:42 PM. Any discussion? No. We have one resolution tonight, resolution approving the abstract audited claims. Need a sponsor, Legislator Kowalczyk, Legislator Wilson. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Moves to the full board. Anything under other? Motion to adjourn,
So moved.
MK.